Hi, this is Teddy Burris. We're going to do a quick little how to use Slack for our social AMP group. And I've already created a Slack group. We'll adjust it and refine it and make it better to fit everybody's needs if we decide to use it. But I just want to show you some quick things that can make Slack really, really, really more useful. If you don't do what I'm about to share with you, it makes Slack cluttered. And that's why I want to share this. So if you haven't looked at your account settings, do that. If you haven't started a Slack account, do that. I sent a link into the group so you can get into Slack. But if you have any questions, feel free to message me directly. I'd be more than glad to help you as we're evaluating this to make this decision. You can put Slack on everything. I don't care what the heck it is. You can put it on there. I don't know if it is. Anybody have an Apple Watch with Slack? I don't know if that works yet.
I do. I don't know if it works either.
Yeah.
And the icon is there. I just haven't.
So the icon's there. So that's motion forward. So here's what's really, really cool about Slack. It's these 4 words right here. I've created a community. So this, and over here it is. Where's my Slack? Here's my Slack. Here's the community that I created. And I created a cute little graphic. Anybody want to do a better graphic? I'm good with that. I'm not a graphic guy. But here's the community I created. I've got Slack running on my Mac book. So that's what you're seeing here. So, but what's really important to think about when you're using Slack are these 4 words. You're in the community. That's the community we created for all of us. Conversations have to be chosen for the right channel. If I go back over here and show you, these are the channels that I've created. And we can create more channels, and I don't know if there's a reason why we should lock down that others can't create channels. The channels are just topics of discussion. Some of my other groups, Slack communities I have channels for different pieces of LinkedIn, such as profile and network and settings, et cetera, et cetera. So you create a channel, which is basically an area of conversation about a topic. You're not going to get silly in the channel profile for the most part. And you're not going to post pictures of your cute little puppy that maybe belong in random over here under messaging. So choose the right channel for the topic that you want to either start or get into. Here's the other thing, discussions. So within a Slack community, within a channel is where you put your discussions. So if you go right here under engaging, I've created this a channel. I gave it some form of definition here about what it's about, and nobody's done anything yet. But if I come down here under general, then here's each one of these individual things that you see right here. Each one of these are a discussion. All right. So what's important to think about is only put the initial post of the discussion in a channel. Now I'll show you what I mean in a minute. The next area that we have is threads. And when we follow this model of put it in a channel, start a discussion, and then create a thread around the discussion. If you look over here, you'll see that these are individual discussions, but over on the right are the threads, right here. Beth says, yes, we are global. That's a discussion. I replied to that, and that's starting a thread. If you really want to get the greatest value out of Slack, what you need to do is post a discussion in a channel and then start a thread around that discussion. This is the one thing that is the most important for people to understand. Everything else falls into place. Everything else is easy. Where most people misuse Slack is they use the channel to engage back and forth. And what we need to do is, as Bryn did here, post this image and then go over here. Here's Bren's post right there. Start a thread. And get into the conversation in the threads. But this is all I really want to explain to everyone is that, it's these four sections here. Something else to pay attention to is, where's my other thing? Is pay attention to 3 dots. And social media all over the world, pay attention to 3 dots.
I'd say that's
how you learn. So
all the magic lives in the 3 dots.
Everything. Yeah, that might be the quote of the morning. I might tag Bren as it came back. That's the statement. My statement.
That's what I say that in my training on stage every match.
So what questions do you ladies have about Slack before we, I'm not making the decision. I'm just sharing ideas.
Well, so, I mean, the reason I would love Slack, although I would like to keep the Social AMP group going because it's got a lot of great stuff happening that people haven't moved over yet. Mm-hmm. We're stuck at 50 people on LinkedIn, right? Like I went to invite someone, like, wow, we hit 50 already. So there are people I can't invite. Mm-hmm. So that's the primary reason why. I mean, the reason I like the LinkedIn is I'm in LinkedIn all day.
Yeah. Right, me too.
So,
and I turn off notifications for Slack because it gets too noisy. So I have to say, oh, I'm going to go check Slack now. Whereas because I'm on LinkedIn all the time, I'll see those messages more quickly.
And I actually don't look at Slack on my desktop at all. It's on my phone.
So check this out. You can mute notifications by channel.
Yeah, so, I would probably, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be tedious in my opinion, but I did not realize you could do that. So yeah, actually, you got a pretty interesting little notification.
Bryn, correct me if I'm wrong. So the reason you created the group was so that we could amplify each other's messages. So I think the channel that we want to make sure people go to if we use Slack for this is the sharing one where people can put their links to things they want shared.
Yes, exactly right.
If we're going to create a community to have 50 plus people in it, they want to have different conversations.
Yep.
You all are doing it now. You're having different conversations about different things. The cool thing about Slack is if you want to have a conversation about LinkedIn messaging, do it here. If you want to have a conversation about your network or your profile, do it there. If you want to talk about your cute kitten pictures, do it there. And then here is the share. This is what it's all about right here. This share idea.
Yep.
So I love this because I don't want to mute the conversations that are happening that are so important, but we have definitely gotten away from the core purpose of the group, and we do have 50 people in there and like 5 are active. So I think it's great. I think like every other tool in the world, getting adoption is the hardest part.
Yeah. Well, that's all I want to share with you about this. So it's up to you guys to make it as a group to make a decision, or as the owner, make a decision where you want to put it, and I'll support it wherever.
So I love this. It's just getting the people to use it. So,
if you know what's going to happen, Bren, of the 50 you have in there now, 25 or so will move. And then moving forward, you'll get more people who want to, you'll get 1 out of 5 invites to show up over here. All right. I'm going to stop recording this, and I'll share it on the group for those to see. And then when you make a decision, they'll know how to do it.